In this module, you will learn how you can find your ideal partner. This is something very important because if you do not develop this ability, as you will see throughout this module, you will always be at the mercy of other people, and above all, of some forces inside your psyche that will be controlling you without you being aware that they are doing it. So, the idea here is that you can regain control of the choices you make when romantic feelings for other people are activated in you, which is another of the fundamental components so that you can achieve the happiness you are looking for so much. Something that you will only achieve to the extent that you have the life that you want and not the one that others impose on you, whether they are people who are influential to you or the traumas from your past that you want to resolve through your partner choices. Now, beyond the above, why it is very important to learn how to choose a partner? Well, because in practice, no one teaches us how to choose a partner that suits you. And this leads us to enter into a romantic relationship with people who end up making our lives worse and in the process making us lose not only a lot but also emotional energy and above all money. Think about how money or trouble you would have saved if you had developed in your early years some method to filter out the people who are right for you from those who are not going to be a good choice because they are going to make your life more difficult. Ultimately, the idea is that if you are going to get into a relationship, you do it to be happy and not to be suffering, which is what happens with most of us. And that is why, in this module, you will find four fundamental topics. First, you are going to discover that the partner you choose is not your choice, which leads you to lose your freedom. Many people believe that when they are choosing a partner, they do so by personal decision. But the truth is that there are a series of forces of the psyche, as well as social and cultural factors, that we are going to be exploring in the corresponding sections that lead you to enter into romantic relationships with people that many times you don't even like, and with which, on many occasions, you force yourself to feel for them emotions or feelings that do not really exist. I think I like someone when I really don't. I think I love someone when in reality I don't. And that leads you to be with a person for many years who, as you can infer, is not your ideal partner, but is someone that others have imposed on you. So, as I said, of course, you are going to risk losing many years of your life. The second thing you are going to learn here is to recognize what the partner you want is like. If you look closely, it is different because in the first case, we are going to see the partner you choose, the one with whom you enter a relationship. In this section, we are going to explore that partner that you project in your psyche as the best one you could have by your side. And that leads you to put people on a pedestal who often do not suit you because you are transforming that real person into a projection of that partner that you have always wanted by your side. But that is not a real person. So here, you are going to learn to recognize that force that operates in you and all the harmful effects that come associated with it. I choose a partner because I think they look like that person I have always wanted. But in practice, that person is manipulating me. And he is taking advantage of the fact that I put him or her on a pedestal. This partner you want is the one that eventually leads you to lose confidence in yourself. Because by putting that person on a pedestal, you end up believing that your own decisions or tastes are irrelevant. In the third part of this module, we are going to explore the couples you should avoid, those that make your life more difficult because in practice you deserve a happy life. But the issue is that inside us, there are a series of compulsions that often lead us to choose people who clearly do not suit you. It is very possible that right now you are thinking about all those people you had as a partner, but who you knew from the beginning were going to ruin your life. What happens here is that no one tells us that we can evaluate the people with whom we are starting a relationship to define if they are going to be a contribution to our lives or if, on the contrary, they are going to cause more problems than we already have. All of this, of course, is blocked when, due to the traumas we have suffered in our childhood or in relationships that did not work out, we end up undervaluing ourselves and therefore accepting the first person who shows some interest in us. And the last topic that we are going to work on in this section is that of your ideal partner. If you look, everything you are going to do first is aimed at helping you clean up everything that prevents you from finding that partner that you so much want by your side. What is that for many years it has precisely blocked your ability to accept that person you want to be with, and above all, that it has prevented you from recognizing them. If you get into a relationship with someone who is toxic to you are obviously going to be limiting your ability to accept what you truly want from life. And therefore, in this part of the module, you are going to learn the clues that you should look for in another person, so that you can know if they are someone who is going to help you find happiness and with it the freedom that you so long for in your life. So, with all this said, let's move on to the first section of this module, where you are going to learn how you have chosen the partners you have had throughout your life. I see you there.